Okay, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. We're doing some very dramatic flyby shots here of the beautiful Black & Decker 40 volt lithium max leaf blower. Now, I I would struggle to say that this leaf blower is deserving of that epic voice, but I gotta say, I want to do a quick rundown of this. I want to do a quick review. A lot of people are looking for battery-powered leaf blowers, which I think makes total sense. We just talked about this gas-powered leaf blower down here a little bit ago in a different video. And I want to dive into this. This is a 40-volt version of the Black & Decker battery-powered leaf blower. It's got pretty standard features, nothing really too extraordinary. It did actually used to also operate as a leaf vacuum, and that pretty much broke the first time I tried using it, so I guess that's something I should bring up in this review. That system was, let me put it quite frankly, not great, okay? I was not a big fan of that at all, and I've stopped using the vacuum system because it doesn't really work anymore. But is this for you? Is this something that's decent? Can it get the job done? If you've got a fairly small property, if you don't have a ton of wet leaves, if you're primarily moving, dirt or grass clippings or, sometimes some mulch, something like that, yeah, let me just make this very, very clear. This is going to be fine. It's going to get the job done. It's going to do okay. It's going to be all right, but it's not going to be excellent. Okay, and first of all, let's talk about this battery system because I feel like this is confusing a lot of people. This is a 40 volt max battery. All right, 40 volt max, you would think that it would perform significantly better than, say, something like, let's go ahead and zoom in here really quick, if we can. Get a quick zoom. Those are Black & Decker 20 volt max tools on the wall. We've got the strimmer, the string trimmer. We've got a cordless drill right there as well. And that is actually a different battery architecture. We've got a sander right there, which is a 20 volt sander. Okay, it's a mouse sander. And you're probably noticing something already. I have many, many more of the 20 volt tools than I have of the 40. And is there a reason for that? Yes, there absolutely 110% is. The 40 volt system, I have found, does not really make any difference, okay? And I think that when you look at something and you hear, well, 40 volt, that's twice of what 20 is. That should be twice as good, right? No, not really. It's sort of like a different marketing technique. There's a line of 40 volt tools. I haven't really found that they work any better than the 20 volt system that Black & Decker has been using for a long time. And there is a chance that you already have the 20 volt batteries anyway. Okay, and I have quite a few of them. So again, I have one 40 volt battery. This is my only 40 volt Black & Decker tool. And I think that alone says a lot. The battery is generally a little bit heavier without really having much of an added benefit. And when I first got this, I really wanted the 40 volt to have some sort of solid benefit over the 20. I really haven't found that it does. And that's kind of disappointing. I want to say that right now. But yeah, so if you're looking for a Black & Decker leaf blower, don't bother with the 40, in my opinion. Just go with the 20. I really don't think you're going to see a big difference. If there is a serious difference, somebody feel free to correct me down in the comment section below. I'm definitely okay with that if you want to let me know. But anyway, let's talk some more about the features. It's got a basic on-off switch right here, okay, which is straightforward, simple, okay, it clicks into place. I do like that you don't have to hold anything down when you're using it. So that's sort of akin to like a cruise feature, which we see on other blowers, especially this one is gasoline. You can adjust that, and that adjusts how high the throttle is without holding anything down. So I do think that's convenient. It's got a power selection right here, which you can switch between. Goes all the way down to 1. It goes all the way up to 6, okay, which again, It's pretty respectable, and I'm not going to lie, this feature is something I have used a decent amount. If you are getting, dead grass off of gravel or something, then this can actually be really convenient. You can set it down to 1, and you can move the grass pretty easily without moving the gravel whatsoever. Whereas with something like this gasoline blower, even on the lowest power setting, it's generally going to move gravel and grass. So anyway, that's kind of a quick little bonus, I suppose. But yeah, that's very, very simple. It's very straightforward. It works pretty well. And that's probably my favorite part of the system, right? Just having the ability to really fine-tune that. And it does adjust pretty fluidly, okay? If I could talk correctly. But let's talk about the gripes. Let's talk about the things I really, really, really don't like about this. First of all, it kinda lacks power, okay? It doesn't have a fantastic power output. And I think that's probably not going to surprise a lot of people. They're probably thinking, well, if you want, more power, you got to go with a gas blower. Well, there we go. Okay, that's why I have both, because this really wasn't doing enough in the power department. Okay, another thing I want to go ahead and point out here, and I'll go ahead and pick this up so you can see what I'm talking about. If you are, I would say, 6 feet tall or over, the nozzle is going to be a little bit farther off the ground than you really want. Is it horrible? No, it's not terrible, but it absolutely could be better. And so yeah, if you're taller, that nozzle's relatively short. It is shorter than, what we're looking at down here for the gas blower. And that is going to make a difference, okay? You also will notice that it does kind of curve upward at the end. That's resulted in some kind of awkward situations where I have you had to kind of angle my arm down to get that angle to be pointing where I want it to be. It absolutely could be better. And let's talk about my least favorite thing about this overall. Okay. Now again, this might might convince some people not to buy this. So definitely keep watching. This clip right here is very, very frustrating, and it misbehaves a lot. It is very easy to take off. You can see right here, it's just a plastic clip. It's got tabs on either side, and then it's got, two holes that you can actually go ahead and insert the tabs into. This is what keeps the nozzle on, okay? And it's spring retention for some reason. And this thing comes off all the time. All the time. I would say that before I got this blower, this gas blower, and started using that a lot more, this would pop off probably every single time I would use this. And that's not an exaggeration. It literally would. So that results in this flying off most of the time, okay? So that falls off, that clatters to the ground. This falls off, goes flying, usually ends up about 5 feet away. So then you're left with this. You're just holding it like that, wondering what just happened. You look around, you try to find this thing, you have to put the hose back on, and it gets very, very frustrating. If you're right next to a raised bed, for example, and this thing flies into it, the dirt is going to be darker, this thing's darker, it's going to be hard to find, and definitely not speaking from experience here or anything, hint, hint. But anyway, that's got to be my least favorite feature. And I guess that you could run it like this if you wanted to be like some sort of commando and almost feels like something from Halo or something, but it's not what you want. You don't want to use it like this. You want to use it with the nozzle. So, yeah, okay. That's got to be my biggest complaint, and for good reason, right? It gets very annoying. So anyway, let's be honest. Would I buy this again if I had the choice? I'm gonna be honest. I would not. I would go with the 20-volt system from Black & Decker. I would go with something gas, or I'd go with a different brand. Just this thing alone, where the hose attaches, it is such just it's just not an intuitive design, man. For a leaf blower, it is not intuitive at all, and that just annoys me very, very much. Because yeah, it really doesn't make sense. Then you feel like you've got to be super, super careful with it. You feel like you can't bump it on anything. And yeah, I mean, obviously it starts to get annoying. So anyway, let me know what you think. Do you have this leaf blower? Do you have experiences with it? Yeah, give me your thoughts. And do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know. And adios.